Hey guys, so we have read some essays, we've read some fiction, but we have not yet read any poetry. And today that's all going to change. You're going to read some poetry. So I know for some of you, you're excited because you love poetry. And then I know for some of you, you're thinking, oh no, not poetry, that you hate poetry. So before you go along just assuming that you hate poetry. I think one reason a lot of you think that you hate poetry is because you've had teachers in the past who have made you read poetry and have asked you to pull some certain thing out of it. And that's really stressful because you think it means one thing, but they tell you it means another thing. And, you just are not into that. It makes it seem hard and it makes it seem confusing and you don't understand what's going on. So first of all, I want you to let go of that worry. When we read poetry in here, I'm not going to expect you to always see some deep symbolism or something like that. And you may not think the poem means what I think it means, and that is okay. There's no issue if that happens. Most of you, I would guess all of you, like music. You like songs. And songs are just poetry, guys. So I want you to give poetry a chance. Today, you're going to be reading a poem by a Native American writer, and that poem is going to be talking about memory and the past and the way that it builds personal identity, the way community and family build personal identity. So the same themes that we've been talking about all along. We are also going to be using that poem to write our own poem, but don't panic. Don't panic. I am not going to make you write your own poem from scratch. This is literally going to be an exercise where you fill in the blanks, where you use the exact model of the poem that you're reading in order to create your own new poem. Hopefully, in some of these getting to know you activities and some of the activities that we'll continue doing, you're getting a better sense of personal identity and your own personal identity. And the next unit that we're going to cover after this introductory one where we just work with some basic concepts, you are really going to be working with personal identity. So I hope you enjoy this poem. I hope you enjoy the activity. Give it a chance. Okay, remember, if you start getting annoyed with poems, just remember your feelings about music. Okay, give poetry a chance. You don't need to be scared of it. I'm not going to be asking you to do impossible things with it. I love poetry sometimes. I don't like poems that I don't understand, and I actually don't usually like poems that rhyme all that much. And when it comes to writing poetry, I am horrible, but I am going to write my own one of these model poems and post it as an exemplar, so that should help you out. Now, if you are worried about today and worried about reading the poem, feel free to show up at the very beginning of your class time, and anyone who's there, I'll be happy to read the poem out loud to you. You'll probably need to go back over it again yourself, but that would give you an audio if reading is not your favorite thing and reading poetry is definitely not your favorite thing. So feel free to stop in at the beginning of your meet. I will also be available during the entire class period today to help you. So you can pop into the Google Meet at any point for help with the poem, to ask a question about what a stanza means, to ask what's going on, or help writing your own poem. I can pull your document up and look at what you're doing, and I'm happy to help you. Or if you need help with anything from the Crucible from yesterday or any other day. So don't be afraid of poetry, guys. Don't be afraid of poetry, guys. Poetry can be a lot of fun. And we're going to look at quite a bit of poetry written by American authors this whole semester. So please don't be scared of it. I'm going to try to make it really accessible for you. And if you like music, you like poetry. Have a good day, guys.